My people, welcome back. If you thought part 1 was funny, get ready because this part will make you laugh until you hold your stomach. Last time, Prince Obinna returned from abroad fresh like suya, rich like oil money, but instead of falling in love with a beautiful princess, his heart decided to misbehave for Ugonnaya, the palace maid. But did Ugonnaya care? Mbano. She looked at him as if he was disturbing her peace and continued her work. Now let's continue the story and see if the prince will win Ugonnaya's heart or if he will end up washing his clothes in frustrations. After their first encounter, Prince Obinna could not stop thinking about Ugonnaya. His heart was beating like a village talking drum. He called his best friend and royal advisor Chigozie and said, "My brother, I think I am in love." Chigozie burst into laughter. He said, "Obinna, you traveled to Obodoyibo and came back with sense of problem. Of all the maidens in the kingdom, you love the one that does not even rate you." But the prince was determined. He stood up and said, "I must win Ugonnaya's heart, even if I have to fetch water with her or sweep the palace floor." The next morning, Prince Obinna went to the palace kitchen where Ugonnaya was cooking. He cleared his throat and said, "Let me help you pound yam." Ugonnaya stared at him like he had just insulted her ancestors and said, "Eh? You want to pound yam? Do you even know how?" The prince nodded proudly and lifted the heavy pestle. My people, he underestimated the weight. He swung it down but missed the mortar completely and almost pounded his own foot. Ugonnaya shook her head and said, "My prince, please just sit down and let me do my work. I don't want problems today." The prince refused to give up. Since his muscles failed him, he decided to use money. The next day, he went to Ugonnaya's hut and gave her a bag of gold. He smiled and said, "This is for you, my dear." But instead of smiling, Ugonnaya gasped. She looked around and whispered, "My prince, do you want me to be accused of stealing? I am just a maid though." Then she handed the gold back to him. My people, for the first time in history, a person rejected free money. Now the prince was frustrated, put his hands on his head and said, "What kind of woman is this? Even money cannot buy her love." My people, what will happen next? Will Prince Obinna finally win Ugonnaya's heart? Or will he become the first prince in history to be friend-zoned by a maid? Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss part 3. You don't want to miss what happens next.